Welcome to The Real Deal with Jason Silverman, the podcast dedicated to helping you build the business of your dreams and live the life you always hoped for, with valuable and fun tips and info to make your life easier and more fun. And now, here's your host, a man who sprinkles metal shavings on his breakfast cereal just for fun, Jason Silverman.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Real Deal with Jason Silverman. I'm your host, Jason Silverman, and I'm thrilled to share some time with you once again today. As you know, I'm always on the hunt for interesting as well as super smart, real deal guests, and I gotta tell you, today's show is a winner. I want to introduce my listeners to somebody who's truly been there and done that, and I'm excited to pick his brain for your benefit today. And, you know, as usual, I'm going to pick his brain for my benefit too. It's kind of the benefit of having this podcast, right? Now, for the folks who I work with in any of my coaching programs or through Powerful Words Character Development or All-Star Cheer Sites or the Jason's Army Mastermind Group, you know how much I focus on the importance of having a stellar online presence, right? Well, the show is going to help us to do just that. So today it's going to be my honor and privilege to share an amazing resource with you. You're going to love today's guest. He's got a ton of valuable information about what I consider to be one of the social media channels that many of us have avoided probably by accident. So I want you to strap yourself in. Today's show is going to be a blast. As I'm sure you already know, I'm committed to helping business owners just like you to become more successful, enjoy your career more, and in general, make your life significantly more fun. We only get one ride on this merry-go-round, folks. Let's make sure it's one hell of a ride, shall we? Alrighty, boys and girls, it is now that time. I want you to stop surfing Facebook, put away your phone, your tablet, your dog, your cat, your spouse, your child, anything that might possibly distract you from today's show. You're about to get some great and immediately implementable information, and I don't want you to miss even a second of it. So before we officially get going, I want to give you a little bit of background about our special guest expert today. So since 2012, #1 best-selling LinkedIn author and trainer Nemo has helped hundreds of business coaches, consultants, trainers, entrepreneurs, small business owners, sales executives, and other professionals across more than 50 different industries to leverage LinkedIn to generate nonstop sales leads, clients, and revenues. Guys, this is somebody who's totally the real deal. John, welcome to The Real Deal. I'm thrilled to have you today.
Oh, so excited to be here. Thanks for having me, Jason.
Well, the pleasure is mine. So, listen, before we get started, for those who haven't had the opportunity and pleasure of meeting you or hearing you speak, take a second if you would. Share your story. What are you passionate about? What makes you tick? Who is Nemo?
Hey, wow. Well, we go a lot of directions there. I am a passionate entrepreneur. I would say that's my #1 thing. So the quick nutshell version is my professional career. I started as a journalist, Associated Press, transitioned into public relations and social media, had day jobs, got tired of that, went on my own, started my own business back in 2012. A marketing agency, and really where LinkedIn intersects with my kind of professional life and story was I needed leads, right? I needed business quickly for my new company. And I tapped in, 5 years ago now to LinkedIn, not as a job seeker platform, not as an online resume, not as a recruiting website, but understanding the potential of LinkedIn to find business, right? To find investors or partners or referral sources or customers directly. And so was able to really immediately build an effective business on LinkedIn without leaving my laptop, right? Because all of it was done virtually. All of it was done through this platform, and it's only gotten better from there. And so, away from work, I have 3 wild young boys, a crazy dog who has been put away, hopefully for the podcast, for your intro instructions. And my kids are at school, so nobody should come, bursting through the door screaming, but no promises. Live in Minnesota, love it, and just passionate about teaching people. I'm the son of 2 English teachers who both, love teaching, love reading, and so what I love about what I do now is I teach. I teach online. I do online trainings and courses, and I speak. And whether it's LinkedIn or other online marketing tactics, that's what I really love, man. That's what I'm passionate about.
I love that. So just for everybody's reference sake, we're recording this in early January. How freaking cold is it in Minnesota?
Oh, I hate you. Where are you located?
I'm in New Jersey. It ain't sunshine and rainbows here, my friend.
Yeah, no, you're in Jersey. I just got off a podcast with a guy in Orlando, so I'm still kind of bitter. It's snowing like crazy. It's a balmy 26 degrees here today, which is actually, it's been in the negative.
You guys swim in that too. You swim in that.
Yeah, I'm about ready to go out in my shorts and t-shirt. This is nothing. Child's play, man. No, yeah, so.
Exactly. Okay. Well, again, it's cold as hell here, and I'm looking outside my office window. And it's just all I see is white. So I get it. All right. So tell me this. You were able to replace a job, with doing things through LinkedIn. The coolest part about that though is like you did it in 90 days. So yeah. I got to know how you did it. Like, how did that work?
Right. So for the backstory for people to understand, right? So I had a really good job. I had a great day job, 6 figures, very safe. And so what I did when I jumped out on my own, like a lot of your listeners, Jason, I started my own business, and it was, there was no net. I was up on the tightrope, and I had to bring in the leads. And so what I found with LinkedIn, and what's even more true today, is that this is basically a platform where every possible lead that you need to talk to is hanging out, right? LinkedIn's got 500 million professionals, 200 different countries. They add 2 new members every second. It really is a sleeping giant of social media. People don't realize what you can be doing on this platform. And so what I did very simply back in 2012, and what you still can do today, was I knew who my target audience was. So whoever that might be for you, if you're listening, right, who you need to sell to. It could be an end consumer. It could be a, referral partner, another business in town that can send you, clients or people like that, or an investor, whatever it is. But you can use LinkedIn like a big, giant professional search engine, like a Google, right? So I can basically say, I want to find gym owners in New Jersey. Right. And you can do a search on LinkedIn and filter all these different ways and get into some ninja tricks too. But you can basically create a list of every gymnasium owner in New Jersey. And then you can connect one-on-one with each of those gym owners on LinkedIn directly with the decision makers. And then you can talk to them one-on-one. And LinkedIn gives you all the background on each gym owner. So you know where they went to college and what part of Jersey they live in, what their hobbies and interests are, what their business is like, what they're passionate about. So basically what I did in building a business on LinkedIn was I went right to the core decision makers that I needed to sell to. I connected to them. I brought them value, right, immediately with some free tips and content. And I had a business that was hyper-focused and hyper-targeted on their needs. So it became very easy to essentially have, 10, 20, 30 one-on-one coffee meetings every day through LinkedIn, right? I wasn't driving all over town or going to trade shows. But the sales principles, the way that we sell, the way that we're successful, those have never changed. We do business with people we know, we like, and we trust. We do business with people who create a personal relationship with us, a one-on-one personal relationship where there's some give and take and some banter and some friendship. Now, LinkedIn just takes all of that and puts it on steroids, right? Because I can look at your profile, Jason, as a gym owner in New Jersey and immediately see where you went to college. Oh, let's say you went to Rutgers. I can say, man, can you guys get it together with your athletic program? Come on. Like, geez. And all of a sudden you're laughing. We're having fun. We're bantering on LinkedIn, good-natured, right? I'm playing to what I'm passionate about, which is sports and colleges, right? Or, oh gosh, John, I see you live in Minnesota. Are you surviving? It's January. Should I send food and water? We hit it off with a little icebreaker kind of talk. Then we get into business. Hey, John, I noticed you're a gym owner in New Jersey. If you're looking to bring in more clients, I actually have a free ebook, 3 ways gym owners can, increase attendance during the winter months. Here's a link to it if you'd like to check it out. Boom. They go over to your website, download your ebook. You've brought them some value. That's how I built that business very quickly. And that's the power of LinkedIn because, again, it's hyper-targeted. You're using it like a search engine to find the exact people who want what you have. Now, the second phase of that is really understanding how to engage with them in a non-sleazy, non-spammy, non-salesy way, which, frankly, takes some work and takes some effort. We can get into that in a little bit, but that's kind of the quick, passionate backstory to all this.
I love that. So one of the things that I'm convinced somebody's listening to this podcast going, oh, LinkedIn, that's for like 90-year-old guys in suits. Right? It's like, it's got that stereotype of being boring or, for people for looking for a job or for HR folks and recruiters and, people who are going to put somebody else into a cubicle. So from what you're saying, it sounds like there's a hell of a lot more going on there, in the sales and the marketing space. What can you add to that?
Yeah, absolutely. So kind of the backstory, and I'm a LinkedIn fanatic, obviously, so I know all this stuff. But when it started in the early 2000s and for many years, LinkedIn was kind of known, for better or for worse, as that type of platform. It's for job seekers. It's boring. It's stuffy. It's for HR people. There's nothing going on. But where LinkedIn is today, where it's moved to, is it really they're a victim of their own, stereotype, right? People have not moved beyond that old stereotype. But where LinkedIn is today, if you understand, Microsoft just bought them for $26 billion last year, okay? They're at the big kids table now. They have the deep pockets. They have the money. They have the backing. They've got the members, 500 million members. What LinkedIn has done is they've really become and want to be a one-stop shop for professionals worldwide. Meaning, LinkedIn is a place where you can log in every day. You can get kind of curated, focused industry news on what you're passionate about. You can find a job. You can find an employee. You can find industry news. You can find online training for yourself. LinkedIn bought this company, lynda.com, the online training website, for $2 billion, rolled all those online trainings directly into LinkedIn. So now you can do free training right on LinkedIn for whatever it is that you're passionate about, right? Learning a new skill, software, sales techniques, whatever it might be. LinkedIn's also got, right, this virtual Rolodex, this database of 500 million people that you can sort, tag, serve, repeat, build your own custom lists, connect with them, talk to them one-on-one, build relationships. Because you can search LinkedIn by locations and zip codes, if you're a local business, you can really start building some partnerships with people locally. And, hey, let's meet up in real life and let's help each other. Let's do a joint promotion, for my gym and your ice cream place. Maybe that's not a good combo, but you know what I mean? Like,
actually, it is.
Yeah, go eat the ice cream. You feel guilty. Now go get a gym membership, or put your kids in here after school. And there's all these different ways. There's groups on there based around geography. So it's a sandbox that if you spend some time playing in it and you get past your own kind of, misconceptions or the outdated stereotypes, you will find a virtual treasure trove of opportunity on this network if you understand how to use it correctly.
Well, I mean, that naturally dovetails into my next question. And actually, before I go into the positive, tell me what people are doing wrong. Because that's usually more fun. So.
I could be a negative Nelly, sure. So, there's one thing that I would say still 99% of LinkedIn profiles get wrong. And we have to start there because your LinkedIn profile page is your foundation. That's home base. That's your house. We've got to get that in order before we can do anything else on this platform. And almost everybody I run across, Jason, they've set up a profile at some point. They kind of don't know what to do with it. They kind of forgot about it, or it's just sitting there and they're like, well, I'm not getting any business. And so the big mistake that almost every LinkedIn profile makes is that it is set up like a virtual resume, right? It's set up, you're talking about yourself in the third person. Jason has worked at such places as blah, 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 right? And Jason won this award, and Jason went to school here, and Jason did this, and Jason did that. And, when we set it up like a resume, the only problem is probably outside of his mom, nobody really cares about Jason. Right. Sorry, right? But professionally, people don't care about you and me. They just don't. They care about themselves. I care about solving my problems. I have these pressing needs professionally I need to get fixed. When I land on Jason's profile, is it immediately clear to me if he can help me? If it isn't, I'm on to the next one. And so what I talk about with, fixing your LinkedIn profile is creating what I call a client-facing approach. And I have a whole template for this. You can download all kinds of stuff. But basically, the idea behind it is flipping the resume idea upside down and instead making it all about what you do for clients. And so if nothing else, write this one sentence down. Pull over the car, kick the dog, tell it to be quiet. Write this sentence down. What I do. I help, and then you insert the name of your target audience, achieve, and then you put in their benefit, their goal that they want by providing my product or service, right? So what that first sentence of your LinkedIn profile can say when it's client-facing is what I do. I help busy parents find a safe, happy, and health-building alternative for kids after school by providing after-school gym and daycare services, or whatever it might be, right? I'm just making this up. But the idea is simple. Whatever you do, you immediately in that first sentence of your profile, you say, here's what I do. I help this type of audience, this target audience, achieve this goal or benefit they're looking for by providing my product or service. I can immediately read that one sentence and immediately know, oh, this is for me. This guy can help me solve this problem, or I want to learn more, versus he runs a company I've never heard of and I don't get what they do, and I'm just done. I'm not going to worry about it. Like, I need to find somebody to watch my kid. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So the idea being, if you create what I call this client-facing approach, here's who I serve, here's what I do, here's how it helps you make more money, reduce, expenses, increase efficiency, sell more of whatever. If you can state the benefits that they get, and then also on LinkedIn with your profile, the riches are really in the niches. You can identify some niche target audiences that you want to go after. That's where the magic happens. When I built my business in 90 days, I targeted some niche audiences. I said I could sell marketing services to anybody, but instead I identified a few target audiences and made my profile really about selling marketing services to them. So one was debt collectors, right? Because I worked for a trade association serving debt collectors. So I do debt collection marketing. Whoa, debt collectors I connected to were like, cool, you can help me. You understand my world. And so, then I branded it out to, healthcare marketing and hospitals and healthcare places. Oh, cool, you get me. You can do healthcare marketing. You have samples and clients and things that fit my little worldview. The riches are in the niches. And so once you flip this around and really create a client-facing profile, that's when the leads are going to start coming. That's when that foundation is built.
That makes a lot of sense. That totally makes a lot of sense. If you were asked, what's the fastest and easiest way for somebody to go ahead and generate new business only using LinkedIn, what would you tell them?
Yeah. So step one would be creating a client-facing profile that targets some specific audiences. And again, I have a whole template for that. But then step two would be get on LinkedIn, search, and get busy, right? Use it like you would use Google. Find those exact people that you need to connect with for your business. Does that mean they're a direct customer? Does that mean there's somebody that could be a referral source? Does that mean there's somebody that could be, an investor, right, who might want to spend money, on your business, or an advertiser? Whatever that is, go and find those people. And again, LinkedIn search lets you, add all these advanced filters to say, I only want people in this zip code of New Jersey who do this for a living, or who went to Rutgers so I can make fun of their college, or whatever it is, right? You can do a hyper-focused search. That's step two, is finding those prospects. Step three then is engaging them, starting with an icebreaker, a quick one-on-one personal invitation, personal message, mention where they went to college, where they live, what you noticed from their profile. Once you start that, you break the ice, you start a one-on-one conversation, right? And you can track all that on LinkedIn in your inbox, back and forth like a text message. So you have context for a conversation, moving that prospect forward. The final step simply is give them some value. Demonstrate your authority, demonstrate your expertise. Don't claim it. Don't ask for something. Give them a little bit of content or insight that's going to buy their time and attention. What I always tell people with LinkedIn is your content is your currency. Okay. If you want to buy a prospect's time and attention, you've got to create something, whether it's a blog post, an ebook, a video, or even just a message you send, giving them some free advice about what they could do to solve one of their problems, right? It can't be all about you and how they could benefit from working with you. It has to be all about them and first establishing your credibility, your authority, right? And once you do that, the sales become very natural and very easy because we are all interested in solving our problems. And if somebody comes to me and they're fun and they're personal and they're connecting to me at a one-on-one level and they're giving me some free advice and value that's actionable, that makes sense to me, naturally, I'm going to want to reciprocate that and learn more about you, and maybe we can do some business. And that's how you really quickly, the fastest way to win business on LinkedIn is to follow that little formula.
I love this. Absolutely loved it. All right. So you had mentioned that LinkedIn was purchased last summer by Microsoft for a whole lot of money. It was $26-something billion.
About what you make in a month, Jason. Yes.
There we go. Yes. $26.2 billion. Where do you see this network going because of that?
It's only going to get bigger and better and more prominent. If LinkedIn ever gets out of their own way from a branding and marketing perspective, it's lights out. They will be as big as anybody. And they already are, but like I keep mentioning, they're this sleeping giant. But here's where they're going to go. So Microsoft bought LinkedIn, and what that means is they've been busy integrating all the Microsoft products into LinkedIn. So what you're going to start seeing on LinkedIn is tons and tons of live video, right? Like we've got with Facebook. You're going to see Skype calls because Microsoft owns Skype. You're going to see video calls right through LinkedIn. Imagine connecting with someone and then being able to hit a button and do a quick video call. Face-to-face meeting, right? The coffee meeting just went face-to-face. You're going to see webinars right on LinkedIn. You're going to see lots and lots of integration with, email and calendars and other things. All of it designed on, for you as a busy professional, what are some of the tools and shortcuts and products that are going to make your life easier? News, training, Skype calls, webinars, virtual meetings, all of that's going to get rolled in. And LinkedIn's big goal with all of this, of course, is the more time you're spending on the site doing all that, the better for them. And so I think that's where we're headed. I don't think it's going away. I don't think it's reducing. You think about it as well. There isn't another platform like LinkedIn. There isn't another professionally focused work mode platform. That's the other big thing I want listeners to take away is people aren't on LinkedIn to look at cat videos or talk about their kids or whatever. They're on there to do business. And so your engagement on LinkedIn, when you get people engaging, they're ready. They're ready to do business because they're not on there to be entertained. They don't have to flip a switch to get into work mode. They're on LinkedIn in work mode. So when you really understand how to combine the personalized one-on-one marketing approach I just talked about with, targeting the right people who could really benefit from your service, it really does become, fish in a barrel in a sense of this network is primed for you to do a lot of business.
Sounds great. All right, it's time for our resource of the week. So tell me this, how can my listeners find out more about you and your trainings and how you go about helping entrepreneurs to succeed?
Yeah, absolutely. Just go to LinkedInRiches.com, LinkedIn Riches, RICHES.com. I will start you with a free copy of my best-selling book, LinkedIn Riches. I've got webinars, I've got templates and trainings, all kinds of free resources that can help you jump in with both feet, get rolling on this platform, and let's get you some business, right?
I love this. All right, so LinkedInRiches.com. So LinkedInRiches.com, or if you are listening or streaming directly off my site, we can actually just click through on the show notes and it'll get you right over there. Do not wait. Go grab that now. All right. So tell me this. I always like to end my podcast with one telling question. So if you could give business owners just one solid piece of advice to either help their business or, more importantly, to help them live a better, more balanced life, what would that piece of advice be?
Oh, great question. Read. Read books. Son of two English teachers, so that shouldn't come as a surprise. I love reading. But what has transformed my career and my life is reading. And what I mean by that is there's a great scene from the movie Good Will Hunting where Matt Damon goes into a Harvard bar, right? And the Harvard guys are all trying to impress everyone with their knowledge. And Matt Damon takes him down with this great line where he goes, you spent, $120,000 on your Harvard education. I got the same education for, $3.50 in late fees at the library, right? Like the number one way to really grow your business, grow yourself is read great books and then implement what you're learning. We live in the best era ever to get as much knowledge, as much training as you want, as affordably as possible, but the key is then implementing it. So that would be my number one piece of advice is force yourself to have time, first thing, to feed your mind, get a new idea, whether it's a business book, spiritual, whatever, get yourself in the right frame of mind, and then you can tackle the rest of your day.
I love that advice. It's not enough people are reading, and not enough people are reading enough. So get on it, folks. All right, John, thank you so much for joining me today. I know how busy your schedule is, and it means the world to me that you share some of your time and a whole bunch of your wisdom with us. This has been fabulous.
Thank you so much, Jason. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Folks, that's all the time we've got for today. Thanks so much for tuning into The Real Deal with Jason Silverman. For more info about private coaching or to see if you'd benefit from one of my mastermind groups, visit me over at www.jasonmsilverman.com. I look forward to helping you achieve the success that you truly deserve. Until next time, let me leave you with this. Get out there and be the real deal. Set a goal, make a plan, work like hell towards it, and achieve the success that's waiting for you. Now's the time. Get out there and make it happen. Go get 'em. This has been Jason Silverman, and I hope you have a spectacular week.
You've been listening to The Real Deal with Jason Silverman. To access the great resources mentioned in the show and for information on coaching and mastermind group opportunities with Jason, please visit jasonmsilverman.com.